We're here in Monte Carlo for the Rendezvous de Septembre. For AM Best TV, I'm Richard Banks. And I'm joined now by Christoph Oehy, CEO of Perils. Christoph, good to see you.
Yes, thanks. Good to see you.
So here we are in Monte Carlo. It's your first Monte Carlo at the helm of Perils. What's the message you're bringing this year?
Well, Monte Carlo is a great place for us to engage with our stakeholders and collect feedback and listen about the needs, but we're also obviously sharing what's new about Perils. And this year I'm particularly excited to share quite a number of them. We have actually developed a new platform, a data platform that we're launching soon that will make it a lot easier for users to access and navigate and visualize, interact with the data. So that was one of the needs we heard. A second thing we've launched or we're doing is we're integrating the Crest loss estimation service into our Perils offering. The key benefit there really is that all the loss estimates will be at one place for the clients and for all countries, excluding US, and all perils. So that's something we work on. And then one need from last year clearly was Hail Europe to offer exposure and loss data for that perils that we've seen recently, yeah. some events. So we're happy to start reporting and offering exposure data for that early next year. And the last area is the cyber area. Last year, we launched the US Cyber Index and got a lot of interest from buyers and sellers. And now we've also provided a case study of MOVEit, the MOVEit attack, to actually familiarize the industry also with the methodology that we use and the index that we provide with CyberIQ.
So we're here in Monte Carlo, a lot of discussion about inflation. To what extent are we over the worst of that, and how might that affect decisions in reinsurance boardrooms?
Yeah, clearly inflation is a very important factor and impacts the risk, has impacted the risk over the last few years. I think having accurate exposure and loss data and up-to-date data is really critically important for the industry. And we've actually seen in our exposures also that in the last 2 years there were significant increases, more than 10% each year in Europe, which shows that the inflation in the exposure data. And that is also actually then probably still continuing a bit because it has a certain time lag until it flows through the portfolios, but definitely something we can see in the exposure data. On the loss side, inflation has an impact as well, as obviously, but there's also other effects. I think the construction buildings are getting more vulnerable. Taking, for example, solar panels on the roofs, creating larger losses after a hailstorm. And tracking those loss trends is equally important. I think our loss data helps to do that. So really thinking both factors, exposure and loss, it's critically important to have that data that helps to track those trends.
So lots of discussions here about the future development of the reinsurance industry as a whole. To what extent are reinsurers using the current market conditions to think about the challenges and addressing the challenges of their clients?
Perils has been founded by the industry for the industry, and it's actually a great opportunity here also to hear what the challenges are, and some of the challenges like the cyber or AI or climate change is something we're also thinking about what we can do. And just mentioned that the hailstorm, that was clearly, or the hail exposure was clearly something that came out of that need to have data and help understanding that better. On the cyber side, the launch of the index clearly was also a need by the industry to have an index for risk transfer, and certainly helps to develop that market. Maybe on AI, I think those technological developments will certainly help us going forward to collect data more efficiently, but it will not replace the real data that actually then give you the answers and help identify the trends. So we think that it remains critically important to have real data on exposure and losses going forward.
Christoph, thank you very much indeed for joining us.
Thank you very much, Richard.
For AM Best TV, I'm Richard Banks.